it has been 2 years of being celibate, which is just so crazy to think of. So, first of all, in thinking of, like, okay, I used to be me before Christ and me now, like, how do you make that transition? Or maybe you do follow Christ and you're thinking, like, okay, like, how do I stop falling in sin? How do I stop having sex and everything? And so today I'm gonna give you some tips. Now, okay? Now, before I dig into this, if you do not want complete transparency, if you do not want complete honesty, then you should skip this video and watch something else. Do not watch this video, because I'm about to be real transparent and I'm about to give you the tea. Okay, all right. So first of all, before I give you any tips, let me talk about me. All right. So me before Christ, right? So first of all, I started having sex soon after I had graduated from high school, and that when I did it, I had lost it to someone close to me. And okay, so this I just love that. I'm sorry, but this is me when I was younger. I was like, my first time, it's gonna be like, it's this movie Love and Basketball. I was like, my first time, it's gonna be like Q and Monica. We're gonna be having Maxwell on, like, honey, my first time was not like that. It wasn't. And so, yeah. So, started doing that or whatever. And so, and then also, and this was God watching me even there, I had made a promise to myself when I was like 16. I had just saw something on the internet of this woman saying how her first love was her only love. And I said, I'm making a promise to myself, the first man I love is going to be the only man I love, which thank God to this day, I have never been in love with any man. And so, yeah, so started doing that or whatever. And, like, y'all friends, but y'all just friends with benefits. It's nothing wrong with that or whatever. It's like, it's what everybody does this generation. You're a woman, you have your rights. There's nothing wrong with that. We don't get there. And so, yeah, so started doing that. And then, started with him, and then like I would have like a certain dude. So if it wasn't him, it was gonna be him. If it wasn't him, it was gonna be him or whatever. And then I'm just like living my life or whatever. And this is a huge point. If you are out here in these streets, you are having sex, I would love for you to wait until marriage and stop having sex and be letting God. But I'm gonna be straight up. If you are having sex right now, please go get tested, please. Please. When I was out here having sex, I wasn't like, oh, I'm just out here, whatever. Like, I was safe about it, or like, I would go get tested. So please, go get tested, whether you're a male or female, like, go get tested, okay? And this was a reason why, too, because I was a person, if a dude ever had said to me, like, I got this, well, I just got tested, so I know, okay, I know, or whatever. And that's not to shame anybody who has had something in the past. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, like, go get tested, okay? So do that. And so, so then, go through that season. This is like when I'm in college or whatever, go through that season. And then, I call it like my side season. And so then, I meet this man's right. We can call him M&ms, okay? So I meet M&ms, and I'm like, this man's a little different. He's a little different. I'm like, he has like a nice job. He's older, whatever. He's like fine. And so like we had done it, and like literally after we did it, like my dad used to always say, love makes you blind, sex makes you stupid. He made me stupid. Like, I went from a person like, I never got played. Y'all, oh my goodness, I got played. But I thank God that happened, because, so within messing with this dude, it's just so many red signs, and just so much that I know now, if I wouldn't have went through that experience, and then also I have friends around me who have went through like similar experiences with men, I'm at a point in my life, I have seen so much. There is nothing about a man that surprises me. There is no amount of I don't know what he's doing, or is he doing this, that like there's just so much I pick up on now that like I was just young and like living whatever that I didn't realize then. And so that's what M&ms, like, this man was like the only man I have ever cared about. Like, you can care about somebody, but that doesn't mean you love him. And so, like, when we be having sex and stuff, like, I started realizing, like, like, I'm falling for this dude. And then, like, so, m&ms, right? He could not fully commit. Like, one day he would be like, okay, so this was what happened. So I remember one time we had went out or whatever, and this is my thing, like, you're not in a relationship with me, right? Don't be taking me out, don't be doing like all this boyfriend type of stuff, but we're not even together. That was me then, right? And so one time we're out to eat, and I'm like, so where do you see us going? Which, first of all, you have to ask that question within itself. If you have to ask that question within itself, that's the red sign right there. Okay. Resume. So I asked him this question, and he's like, oh, well, I can see this going somewhere. And so this is me in my little young mind. I'm like, oh, he want to be with me. He working on himself, but he want to be with me. If he can't commit, he can't commit. Run. Okay? And so, that's what happened with him. And so, like, me and him, like, we would go back and forth, and he would do this thing where he would be Casper that goes, woo 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 woo. I don't know where you went. He would just go straight ghost, like not text back for like a week and then come back. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Oh my goodness, I was so slow. Like, literally, there was one time I remember, so we hadn't talked for like maybe like, I don't know, like 2 weeks or something like that. There was one time he had came back, right? And like, literally, he comes to the house and he's just like, I'm sorry. And I'm just like, okay. Like, I was that stupid. I was just that stupid. I was like, I really don't know, like, why are you acting like this? And I was like, okay, just take off your shoes. But like, I look back then, I'm like, God, I was like, how? Sex makes you stupid. And so, and then that was him. And then it had eventually got to a point within that, and this was just like, this all happened like under a year, and this was like when I was like at JMU or whatever. But it got to a point where m&ms, I remember the last time we had there was two close times to the last time like we had sex. And I remember the last time we did it, I had not even got up like off of the bed, and I said to myself, like, Gabby, we're not doing this again. Like, we not, because you're saying like, oh, like, like, okay, it's okay to like, for you to not be in a relationship with him, but you're in a relationship with him. And then also like, he's like back and forth, like, why are you doing this? And then I come back, right? And this is my friend Shalom. I'm like, when you come home after you done something, right? Like when you're younger, right? I come home, just come home like, oh, dang, she home. Okay. I come home and I'm like, yeah, I saw m&ms last weekend. And she goes, Gabby, how are you going back to him? And like, she was patient and kind, don't get me wrong. But I'm just like, listening to her like, That was like, am I going to do it one more time? Literally, I was thinking that when she yelling at me about this dude. I was like, man, it was good though. I mean, he got it, okay? So, am I really? But yeah, and that's why you need to have people around you who, know your worth and like know that you're worthy of more than that. And so that happened. And so then I used to be the type of person, I could not go 3 months without, like, I just couldn't. Like, when that 3 months hit, when you get that itch, you like, oh, I need it, I need it or whatever. Like, that's how it was. And so after m&ms had ended, I had one person I rebounded, and that person was like the last time I've done it, like, ever. And so then over the summer, right? And this was the summer before I got saved. So over that summer, I saw this girl's video, and she's talking about celibacy. And I'm like, okay. Like, I'm like thinking about it, like, I don't know. Because I remember after the rebound, and then even after, I can't say his name, even after m&ms, I was like, like, maybe I won't do it again until like I'm actually in a relationship, instead of being in a situationship. And so then I started thinking like, okay, then I see this girl's video, and she's like how, I'm going to build my relationship with God, and like I'm not having sex again until I'm married. And I started thinking like, okay, Gabs, like, why have you never thought about it? And because like growing up, like my grandma will always say something called court, and I'm like, what is courting? It's just dating, but it's not the same. It's not like when you court, you date to marry. When you date, you just out here in the streets, you just doing whatever. You like, oh, we together, but you're not doing it with the intention of marriage. You're just doing it with the intention of just now, which, and so, so then I see that or whatever, and I start thinking like, okay, Gabby, like, okay, we're gonna do it again until I'm married. And so then when I got saved, there's a difference when you just do something to do it versus when you do something with a purpose. When God came down and I got saved, it was a complete shift. I was like, I don't even care to have sex anymore. Like, I don't. And now let me tell you how you get tested. So literally, it was, that 90 days, like I got to that point, I was just like, okay, like, God, I love you, but I'm having some trouble right now. And so then when that happened, I would go to a friend and I would talk about it. And then also with that, I would watch that girl's videos again and be like, her name is Shanice. I might try to put it somewhere, but her name is Shanice, like, Slunk or something like that. But like, I see her video and I'm like, okay, know your purpose, like know your why, and also like you can do this. And so like I wouldn't surround myself around dudes or nothing, like and then like that's the first stage. And so thinking of okay, how I stopped having sex, the first thing is you have to know if you want to stop having sex, you want more of God and you want less of whatever. First of all, you have to know what's your why. Why do you have sex? Everybody has a different reason for this. You need to know your why. If you don't know your why, that shows that you don't know yourself. So, and you need to know your why. Like, why do you have sex? For me, I was a person, right? I was like, hey, it's joyful. It's nothing wrong with it. And then also I was thinking like, there's nothing wrong with this because I'm not married to the dude. I don't have a commitment with him, and then also like I don't care about him. Now, when I was with M&ms, like when I was in a situationship with M&ms, that changed things. And so I would say know your why. And when I figured out that my why was because I was thinking that sex was the most joyful thing or whatever, and then that replaced with God's joy, which God's joy is everlasting. It's not just filled within this world and the desires of this world. Like, it just changed that completely. And then also is ask this question: is sex adding value to your life? If you say yes and you are unmarried, I promise you, you're lying to yourself. I promise you. When my dad used to say, love makes you blind, sex makes you stupid, I promise you. Think about how much energy that sex takes out of you. You're like, I know, because you know how he do it. He be blah, blah, blah. Honey, I have been there, and I ain't messing with a lot of weak men, okay? So you get what I'm saying. But like, you think like, oh, he just do this and that or whatever, and that's adding value to my life. It's actually really not. And let me tell you how. So when I stopped having sex, right, I replaced my time when had that little, what do y'all call it? Gosh, I feel like, oh my goodness, what do y'all call it? What is it called? Oh my god. Oh, your little appointments. Yeah. I know what those is. I'm saved, but I still know some things. Okay. And so I remember like, and replacing that time with having those appointments, I replaced that time with learning about financial freedom, with learning about real estate, with being in like the architecture building, or just being around people. When you switch that value, and that's adding value to myself, right? And then also, like, you just having sex. You have sex to get pregnant. So if I would have got pregnant back then, and that's not to down anyone, like you're a single mother, that's not to down you. But if I would have gotten pregnant then, I would not be at the part of life that I'm at now. God has a season and a reason for everything, don't get me wrong, but that's not like just having sex with somebody and then just being like that, like no. And let me tell you how God sometimes works in ways that you don't understand, and why I do not treat God's grace like grease, like just rub it on and God's just gonna forgive me. There was one point when I was having sex with M&ms, God would give me a vision, and I didn't have a relationship then. He would give me a vision of being pregnant at graduation. Hey, I'm graduating and ain't nothing here. he would give me a vision of being pregnant at graduation. Like, do not, if God is telling you to stop, God is telling you to go away from that, you need to listen. You need to listen. Because if I would have gotten pregnant with that dude, I can't imagine it. Thank God. And so, yeah. And then, another question to ask yourself is like, what is truly wrong with waiting until marriage? Now, when I say this, don't go and get married tomorrow. Because let me tell you, this was the second phase of like my celibacy journey. And I would say this phase was like maybe like a year. I was like, okay, God, I'm waiting till marriage, and I don't even want any old dudes or nothing. This was my second phase. Oh, Jesus, send me my man tomorrow. Jesus, I'm ready to be a wife. Oh, Jesus, just send me my man. Oh, God, I have this list, and oh, God, just send me a man. When I was at that stage of life, right, I was not focusing on, okay, who did God craft me to be? Okay, what does God want me to do now? And what does God want me to reveal about myself? So, for instance, right, I remember I would go to a large group, and I was having a hard time forgiving like one of my friends, right? I would go to a large group, and Roy would just be preaching about forgiveness. I would go like, God, no, this is you, but this is annoying right now. And there was one point God said to me, okay, you want to be someone's wife right there, but you can't forgive your friend. I said, okay. And so like something like that is something that had to be revealed to me or whatever. And then also like say with like independence, like I'm a person like, yes, chase what you want, like grind and work for it, but you gotta know when to ask for help. Like you have to. And that's something I had to learn when God was just like stripping me. And when you get saved, you're going to be stripped. Like there's going to be some things that got to go and going to be removed. Like that has to, because it's less of you and more of God. And so realize there is nothing wrong with waiting until marriage. And then also the final question, and how do I stop having sex, is ask yourself, do I want more of me or do I want more of God? So you want pleasure or you want purpose? Oh, if somebody don't write that down, put it in your notes. Do you want purpose or you want pleasure? Do you? Like I remember somebody said to me, you can be Christian and have sex. I was like, you're right, you can be. But do you think you're living in God's full purpose for your life? Do you think that, why do you think God crafted marriage? Like, I mean, why do you think God crafted sex? Sex is worship. When you marry, and then imagine, back to like waiting until marriage, like, imagine you wait until marriage, and now I'm not saying go get married, because you can have two Christian people in a marriage. That don't mean that it's God, it's like what God's have. Like, he has someone like ordained for you to be with. Don't just go out chasing and find a man that, oh, he go to church, oh, he go to large groups, so he saved, so that's the man that God had for me. No. Like that mission is just so important. And so I'm thinking of like, okay, like how do I stop having sex? Like for real, ask that question, do I want pleasure or do I want purpose? Because when you realize that every single time you like try to hide it from God, like, okay, God, I'm having sex, but I want to hide it. Like I do everything else to be loved by you, but just let me be with this man because he puts it down. Like you think that you just hide it, right? And it's not like this is given to you. Actually, it's really subtracting. It's subtracting. When you have sex when you're under a covenant versus you have sex outside of the covenant, so like you just having sex with someone unmarried and then having sex with someone that God didn't ordain you to be with, it's going to be completely different. And then think about it. Have you ever had someone say to you, like, who has waited until marriage, like, it wasn't worth the wait? No one says that. Like, what? They don't. And let me tell you, my church is very fertile, so Jesus will bless your marriage when, like, you wait. He will. And say you had a person like, well, man,